Hello, hello, everyone. I pray you all are doing well today. I am super excited about having some amazing special guests on. We are really talking about something exciting, wonderful, and beautiful, and that is the relaunch of the Powerhouse Leaders Show. The name has been changed. You all have known it as the Power and Grace Leaders Talk Show, but in the relaunch, I decided to shift it so that it correlates with the number one conference, the top conference that I host each year, which is the Powerhouse Leaders Conference. And so I'm super excited about the opportunity to be interviewing incredible women and men in a live studio audience format. I am super excited. God is so amazing that this is about to happen and this is about to come forth. Just to give you a little bit of background about the show, it started in 2019, me interviewing incredible women, and I was afraid to call it a talk show, you all, for so long. I was afraid to call it a talk show because I was thinking, who am I to call me interviewing women a talk show? Who do I think I am? People are going to think that I have lost my mind and I am crazy. But after a while, hello, Leah. After a while, as I kept doing it, as I kept going forth with it, God gave me more and more confidence to not be afraid to call it what it was. And because it was connected with the Power and Grace Leaders movement, I call it the Power and Grace Leaders Show. And then over time, not only was I launching a talk show, I was getting ready to start launching conferences and events. And so from there came the Fanning the Flame experience and then the Powerhouse Leaders Conference. And so from the Powerhouse Leaders Conference, now also comes the Powerhouse Leaders Show, the upgrade in the name. But guess what? Power and Grace Leaders did not go away. Why? Because it is now a nonprofit organization, which is what is hosting the talk show, the organization that is hosting the talk show. So everything is, guess what? Is free. But you're always free to donate as well. And so that's what's super exciting because of the fact that we're going to be doing more things to impact the community. For example, if you have not seen already, our first school supply drive hosted by the nonprofit organization, we have announced. And so on Saturday, when we're interviewing these amazing women and hearing these incredible artists that are local to the Virginia area, we also are going to have a donation box for you to bring in school supplies to be able to help partner with us in sponsoring Parkway Elementary School. I am so excited about what God is doing. I'm excited about the wonderful opportunity to be able to impact the community on a greater scale and in a way that's so much bigger than me on my own. But now, without further delay, I am honored and I am privileged to bring to you the two guest speakers for Saturday. And I'm going to bring them up one by one, and then we're going to all end up here together. But I'm going to bring them up one by one because I want them to be able to introduce themselves because you all are truly in for a treat. And although we're having this time, guess what? You are not about to get everything today. This is going to be a nice chat with these amazing and incredible women that you're going to learn more about on this weekend. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and bring up first Dr. Frances Ann Bailey. Hello, Dr. Bailey.
Hey, y'all. I had to make sure I got off mute. I'm excited to be here, Siobhan, as always. I'm always.
Yes. I'm super excited that you are here with us again, Dr. Frances Ann Bailey. The last time I interviewed you, I don't think you were Dr. Frances Ann Bailey.
No.
So the title has changed. So I'm going to give you a moment to just introduce yourself to everyone tuning in today.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Frances Ann Bailey. I am a life coach, a TEDx speaker. I just was recently ordained as a minister. So exciting. I have a nonprofit organization called Red Door Empowerment where we reach out in the community. We hold workshops. We have a workshop that's coming up soon. I am also the CEO of Frances Bailey Enterprises, LLC, where I now recently have this life coaching certifications where I certify others to be coaches. We have a podcast called Purpose is Greater. Podcast is so many things that's happening in Frances Bailey Enterprises as well. As I travel, I am an international speaker. Have different things coming up in that aspect, but that's just a little bit about me. I am an author and I love God. That's number one. I am God's servant. I am God's child, and I love me some Jesus.
Amen. Come on, let's wrap it up in a bow. I love it. I love it. And so, Dr. Frances, I'm going to send you back to the green room just for a few minutes as we get ready to introduce our next guest, and then we'll all be up here together. So, our next guest, I'm super excited, all the way out of the Richmond area. And I didn't even tell you, Dr. Frances Ann Bailey is in Eastern Shore. Eastern Shore. I was about to say Eastern Virginia. I've never even heard of Eastern Virginia. But I'm super excited about bringing up the prophetess Cynthia Williams Bay. Hello, hello.
Hey.
I am super excited to have you this weekend. And what's really beautiful is I've never had you on the talk show. And so I'm super excited that you are here with us with the relaunch, because I've watched you, I've seen you. And I first connected with you when Dr. Frances and I reconnected at an event hosted by Audrey Upchurch. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited that you are here. So I'm going to turn it over to you to allow you to introduce yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you so much for having me. For those of you that don't know me, I am Prophetess Cynthia Williams Day. I am the destiny pusher, yes, because I am the one that's going to get you to push forward through your destiny, regardless of what life challenges come your way. We all have a purpose. We don't go through things alone. So I am that destiny pusher. I'm the CEO of Heaven Sent Childcare, which is the only licensed childcare, award-winning childcare in the Richmond region that provides childcare up until 12 midnight. And I'm also the host and the co-producer of the Williams Bay radio show. And I'm just so excited to be able to get in the studio and hopefully meet some of you all that's going to come out, right? You guys are going to come out and support the show. I'm just excited to be here on tonight.
Yes, I love it. I love it. All the way up until midnight. Did you all catch that? Did you all catch that? That is absolutely amazing and phenomenal. So, all right, everyone, we're going to bring all of us up here together. Here we are. I am so excited. I'm so excited. And so, one of the questions that I really want to ask you all today, I feel like is important. It is always good to hear from the perspective of leaders. And that is, what does it take to not let fear stop you? What does it take as a leader? Because in order for you all to have done all of the amazing things you have done, and yet doing all the amazing things that you're doing, there had to be this battle with fear that you had to win. So, what was it like, and what did you do in order to make that happen?
I would say for me, it takes being courageous. And sometimes we don't know how to pull the courage. So having a strong environment, a lot of people don't have what you can say, what they say, I don't have a lot of people in their inner circle. And it doesn't have to be about a circle. It matters who's in your corner. So you want to be able that when you turn around, you have someone that can speak life to you. So it's very important that you have an environment that's conducive to speaking life, that's conducive to being positive, that's talking about birth, that's talking about growing, and not being around, an environment that just wants to stay the same, that wants to stunt growth. growth that's constantly entertaining negativity. So that's just one thing I would say is watch who's in your corner. Wow. And that helped me deal with a whole lot of my fear, realizing who was in my corner. And that helped build the courage that I needed to continue to go forward.
I love it, Dr. Bailey. It matters who you're surrounded by and who you allow yourself to be surrounded by, because the reality is we get to choose who we stay connected to. Absolutely. And who we give access to our ears and to our heart. So I love that. How about you, Prophetess Cynthia?
Yes, I love that too. And what I would like to bring to everyone is that you have to make sure, even with that, that the first voice that you listen to is God. You have to definitely make sure that you're in tune with God and you understand who it is that He has called you to be. You have to be able to see yourself as God sees you. So if God says that you are a CEO, you're a multimillionaire, you are executive, whatever it is that God has purpose and destined for you, you have to be able to see that. And you have to be confident in Him, to know that He's not going to bring you to a thing without bringing you through a thing.
Amen.
Yes. So you definitely have to be grounded in your purpose and understanding your purpose and who God has called you to be, because that's what has kept me. Because in business, as we all know, ladies, it is not always sugar cream and popsicles, right? So we have to make sure that we understand our purpose, because that's what's going to actually help us continue to push forward. And that's what's going to actually help us, to not throw in the towel when we understand why we are doing what it is that we're doing.
Amen. Wow, I love that. That's so good. And Shantae said, I needed that reminder. Amen. I needed that reminder. And you really opened up something right there, Prophetess Cynthia. And that is how to not stop after you started. So you've literally got the courage. You talked to God and you said, okay, I'll do it. And so you start moving, but now you have to maintain this new place that you're in.
Yes.
And sometimes in the midst of our yes, the challenges come, obstacles come. You thought it would go this way and it didn't go that way. And so you have to figure out how to navigate the space in between your start in the destined finish, the vision that you have. And so one of those things is definitely making sure you keep your why in front of you. Yes. It's definitely making sure you keep your ear to God. Is there anything else? We'll start with you, Prophetess Cynthia, that has helped you maintain once you started the business, helped you maintain once you started the radio show. And then you, Dr. Francis and Bailey, when you decided God is calling me to be a speaker, how did I keep going? How did I continue with the nonprofit? How do you maintain it in those times where it seems uncertain, it seems shaky?
For me, I was just like, I didn't go through all this hell to stop now. Like literally,
right.
It's just like, I didn't go through all this hell. Right. And when you think about the greater purpose, the bigger purpose, when I look at my children, I remember, okay, I started because of them. I started because I wanted to be able to be here. I wanted to be able to be a homemaker. I wanted to be able to still give my husband that part of me, be domesticated, be feminine, right? However, I also know I got a lot of kids, right? A lot of kids. And just knowing like what I would deal with to try to go and resort to someone else's vision, I was just like, no. And that's what kept me going. That's exactly what kept me going. Just knowing like, okay, I didn't go through all of that just to throw in the towel, right? But then also knowing that all these lessons and all these things that I was going through was actually going to allow me to be stronger. So everything I went through, every mistake, every trial, every failure, I used that to actually just strengthen my foundation. But not only that, I saw that as I was going through those things and I started to open up and share my story, it was other women that was going through it. And with me sharing my story, it allowed them to actually push through because they saw and understood like, hey, I'm not the only one.
Man. That's good.
Yes. They blowing up my phone, girl. I'm supposed to have another call. They like, where you at?
Thank you so much for dropping it in with us, Prophetess Cynthia. And look, we are ready to see you in person on Saturday. So you all, if you have not made plans to be here with us on Saturday, go ahead and mark it on your calendar. Mark it right now from 2:30 to 3:30. I will be in Virginia Beach, Virginia, hearing the wonderful interview with Prophetess Cynthia Williams Bay and Dr. Francis and Bailey and some amazing artist spotlights. Be with us. So thank you so much, Prophetess Cynthia.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you, ladies.
Yes, I cannot wait. And so now, Dr. Francis and Bailey, before we get off, I would love for you to also answer that question.
Absolutely. Well, she hit it on the nail. She hit it on the nail. But one thing that I always remember, it was this saying is, God didn't bring you this far just to bring you this far. And so I kept remembering that when I wanted to give up, that he didn't bring me this far to just leave me. It was more for me. And so I just needed to go ahead and keep going forward, because he has my steps ordered, but I won't get to the promise unless I walk, unless I move. So I can't stay stagnant. I can't stay still. I can't give up. And I remember that I just kept saying, I have to. And then I realized that, I had my children looking at me, and I was about breaking generational curses. And so in order to break that curse, I couldn't hit it halfway through and then give up. I had to go all the way, even when I didn't understand. And seriously, to be honest and transparent, it's the word of God that kept me. I literally would find scriptures to help me doing certain areas, whether I was battling my finances, what I was battling, in my mental state, the word of God, and like reciting it and renewing my mind to keep me, because, I didn't want to get, distracted. I had to focus forward. So she hit it on the head. And then seeing others, sometimes hearing people say, thank you. I needed that. It showed me that I'm here. Like, someone needs me. Their purpose is connected to my yes. Their purpose, their destiny is connected to me continuing to move my feet. So I can't give up. That's out of it. That's out of the question. I can't stop.
Come on, I can't. It's out of the question. It's not even an option in this season. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Look, they quoted you, focus forward. Yeah. Keep moving. And it's so good. And I'm so glad that just naturally came out in this dialogue, because a lot of times it's either fear, or after I've moved, how in the world do I maintain this new position? Because the enemy is trying to say, you shouldn't have started, so just stop. That's what the enemy is presenting to us. And so I love that you said, both of you said, I didn't come this far to give up now. I didn't go through all this hell to give up now. And then not only that, I have to understand that there are people attached to my yes and my obedience. And for somebody that's tuning in right now, I believe you're here in this moment because you needed to hear those words, that you have not taken this step forward to all of a sudden quit and go backwards. But this is the season to be that leader that one you once needed. And that's a lot of times what we end up becoming, what we felt like we did not have, what we felt like we needed. We're like, I'm going to be the person that I once needed, or I'm going to be the person that I connected to that came in my life right on time, but I'm going to do it in my own unique way. Yes. My own unique way. So be encouraged. That's all y'all gonna get today. Dr. Francis and Bailey. Let them know how they can connect with you after this time together today.
Absolutely. You can connect with me at Fran Ann Bailey on all platforms. My website, francisannbailey.com.
All right, you all. You heard it here first. We are super excited about Saturday. Dr. Francis and Bailey, thank you so much for being with us. So you all get ready, get ready, get ready. We are excited about Saturday, the team and I. And so you do not want to miss this weekend as we relaunch, as we celebrate the Powerhouse Leaders Show, hosted by the new nonprofit organization, Power and Grace Leaders, Inc. Be there and bring some school supplies. Bring some school supplies. We want to be able to bless this elementary school. One of my team members, she reminded me of the fact that, hey, we're not just taking care of one class in an elementary school. We're trying to get as many school supplies as possible for as many students in that elementary school. And guess what? In an elementary school, there are many times more students than in a middle school or in a high school. And so the more that we're able to give and prepare for this elementary school, the more lives we're going to be able to impact. You have no idea how sometimes, because, and I can share it because it was my story growing up. When I was a kid, there were times that I had to wait until after school started for certain school supplies because maybe my parents just didn't have it to give it to me right when school began, right? And so think about that child that maybe their parent is saying, I'm going to get you what you need in a few weeks, and they got to start classes. They have to start school. And so bring the school supplies. Or if you are not local to the area and you're saying, Siobhan, I'm not going to be able to bring school supplies. Well, we have a Cash App that's specifically designated for the nonprofit organization, where all of those funds go into the nonprofit organization business account. It is PG Leaders. PG Leaders. We want you to donate to help these kids. Help these kids. So donate. Give for these young students who are in need. Sometimes I remember teachers giving school supplies. Actually, when I was a special education teacher in the high school, we brought school supplies and had school supplies just in case students needed them. We had those things available because we understood some students may not have what they need. And so that is what we're helping to change. That's what we're doing. We're helping a family. Who's to say one of those elementary school students is not the next president, not the next lawyer, not the next teacher, not the next doctor, not the next community leader, not the next whatever. Who's to say? And we're going to be able to say, even if they don't remember it, I remember when I was in elementary school and my parents could not get me supplies, or they needed to wait a long time to get me supplies. But now, because there was this organization there, I was able to have what I needed. Right? So donate to PG Leaders, Cash App, or bring in physical school supplies on Saturday. All right. So that is all that I will be announcing on today. Tomorrow, get excited because I'm interviewing another one of the co-authors of My Sister Help Me Heal Volume 3. And so we'll announce about Saturday and the school supplies, as well as more information about the gathering happening in September. But I love you all with the love of God. If you don't have your ticket yet for the show, you want to see Dr. Francis Ann Bailey and Prophetess Cynthia Williams-Bey in person, not just online. And this could be your opportunity. So don't just meet me there, beat me there. And you want to get there before 2:30 so you can be seated and in place, because the lights, camera, and action start at 2:30 on the nose. So you really want to be there around 1:30, 1:45. We'll already be in the building, so it'll be okay. But join us, be there nice and early. God bless you, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another interview. Bye, everyone.
I don't care what you did. It's not too late. can start again. I don't care where you've been. I believe there's a word, my friend. New beginnings, you'll see. Just take a step of faith with me. New beginnings.